Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining our Pureland Assembly this Sunday morning. Let me see. This morning at 12:30 in the morning, it dawned on me that I need to speak Dharma to you this morning. I had nothing to talk about. So I froze. I said, how can I possibly go to sleep if I don't know what I'm going to be talking about? I have to go to work here. Weekend is my work days. So I got up. I started reading a few things and ran into this little bit of a topic from this little bit of a Shastra, okay? So it caught my attention, so I thought I'd share it with you this morning, unless you want me to talk about something else or you have a question about something else. Throughout the years, I prepared a lot of materials. I even never used them. I even forgot about them. So don't feel bad. Don't feel obligated I don't feel obligated to discuss this today at all. I have so many things I prepared in the past. I never use at all, okay? But this thing is interesting because it's a Shastra or a commentary made by the Buddha's disciples. The Tripitaka or the Buddhist canon has three things, three portions. Number one, Vinaya. Number two, sutras. Number three, shastras. Vinaya are the teachings from the Buddha, rules of morality, rules and regulations. Sutras are what he talked about in order to help us investigate samadhi, attain samadhi. And Shastra is what was prepared by his disciples. They actually are bodhisattvas who came to our world to elaborate on the Buddha's teachings to help us in our cultivation. So Shastras are a live thing. They are additions. So this Buddhist canon here keeps on growing and growing and growing because more of his disciples, the Buddhist disciples who come to our world and add more to our understanding of Buddhism. So this is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Okay? So this Shastra here, that's a concept of Shastra. Shastras are commentaries made by the Buddha's disciples to help us understand the Buddhist teaching better. And this particular Shastra here was written by Lung Shu Pusa, the dragon tree bodhisattva. He's a very, very famous bodhisattva in our world because the name is so cool. You ask me, dragon tree, I mean, what an unusual name. Think about it. Like Mick Jagger. What a beautiful name. You ask me, okay? Or Taylor Swift. Never mind. Okay? So Dragon Tree Bodhisattva is a bodhisattva, very famous. He's Indian, and he's very well known because he went down to the Dragon Palace. He went down Dragon Palace. And the dragons, dragon kings, have this palace down there in the great ocean. Okay, so he went down there, and he looked at the Avatamsaka Sutra, which had three versions. Okay, he looked at the Avatamsaka Sutra, and he says, "Wow, what a wonderful wisdom! I need to bring it back to the human realm because we cannot do without." Okay, so he said the humans are kind of stupid, too limited. And so the three versions, the long version, which is infinite, Second version is medium size, which is still very, very long. And so we finally memorized the shortest version, okay? And so he brought it back to our human realm, and he came back to India, and he started reciting that from memory. So they wrote it down, okay? And later, after the Chinese came to India to bring Mahayana back to China, they only brought back a short version of that as well. Okay, so the short version is still very, very long. We can't memorize it. We don't have time to study it even. There's not enough time. And so we only brought back a short version to China, and about 40 chapters or so, and that's still representative of the Avatamsaka wisdom. So you are not missing anything. You study the Chinese version, which is a little bit shorter for us. Okay? All right. So this Bodhisattva here, very, very famous. So he's very wise. And can you imagine spiritual penetration to fly from human realm down to dragon palace? The spiritual power right there is called Shen Zu Tong, the spiritual foot penetration. So you can go from this place here, and all of a sudden you disappear, and you then appear in Dragon Palace, and you stealthily look at the sutras down there, because as you can imagine, dragon kings are very, very ferocious. If they think that you're going there to spy on them, to steal on them, they would and burn you to death. So he took a lot of risk. Okay? So that's why he's very famous. He brought it back. And it's about Pure Land practices. And so the reason I'm bringing it up is, number one, is to prove to you that the Chinese cannot claim they invented the Pure Land Dharma door. They did not. Okay? The Indians knew about it already, and they talked about it already. Okay, back in the times of Dragon Tree Bodhisattva. So the Pure Land Dharma door is not only reserved for the Chinese, okay? Because the Chinese were late, the Indians got it first, okay? And so therefore we Americans, who are also known for stealing, don't feel bad about it, because we usually tend to take the best of whatever out there from the Chinese, what the Chinese have to offer, Indians have to offer, we make it American. And we get into debt, national debt. Anyway, that's political commentary, okay? Anyway, so the point here is that the Pure Land Dharma door is such an important Dharma door that many of the Buddhist disciples appear in the world to teach us about it. All right? Yes, numero uno. This lady here is on her way to the Pure Land. Look at her face.
Hello.
If you want to know what a person is going to the Pure Land look like, look at her face.
Mô Phật Thầy.
See,
Mô
how
Phật
happy she
Thầy,
is.
con xin hỏi là cầu cho Phật Bồ Tát độ cho chúng sanh thế giới này, sao mà nó có chiến tranh hoài, Ngài đã cũng chết sống hết bao nhiêu chúng sanh, rất là tội Thầy ơi. Cầu Thầy, cầu Phật Bồ Tát độ cho thế giới này hòa bình, hòa bình, hòa bình. Mỗi ngày có chiến tranh như vậy, chết sống hết bao nhiêu chúng sanh, rất là khổ, rất là khổ. Mô Phật Thầy.
Amitabha Master, I would like to pray and request Buddha and Bodhisattvas to help living being in this world, because we have a lot of wars raging going on right now, and every day there's a lot of life was taken away. So I would hope that I would pray to Buddha and Bodhisattva to help us, to keep us in peace, and so that we don't have to see that a lot of people are dying like that. It's very suffering.
I agree. Because if I disagree, it would show I'm real cruel and I don't care. But it's easy for you to say. You're on the way to the Pureland. We still have to be around here. You have to hang around here for another 20, 30, 40, 50 years. For her, 10 years. For him, another 40 years. Him, 30 years. See, you don't have a whole lot of time left. What are you complaining about?
Bố Phật Thầy, tuy rằng con không có biết con tương lai ra sao, nhưng mà thấy trước mắt thấy chúng sanh khổ là mình thấy mình khó chịu lắm á Thầy. Cảm ơn Thầy. Rất là khó chịu, rất là khổ tâm lắm. Tại mỗi ngày chết sống bao nhiêu chúng sanh, nhất là mấy đứa con nhỏ. Tội cho tụi nó lắm thiệt đó. Tại vì mình không có sức lực đâu, nhưng mà chỉ cầu Bồ Tát độ cho sớm ngày hòa bình để bớt cái chúng sanh khổ sở như vậy thôi. Cho con không có sức lực đâu, con cũng già rồi. Mô Phật Thầy.
I see that a lot of living beings are dying, so I feel very uncomfortable, and my mind is my mind is ache of pain. Every day that I see a lot of people are passing away, especially little kids. I myself don't have enough strength. That's why I only rely on Buddha and Bodhisattva to help us so that we can soonly attain peace and bliss. So I myself is old. I don't have enough strength. I just pray for it.
My heart aches too. I also, like you, I'm just like you. I hope that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will help these people who are suffering so much. I'll be the last one to tell you that we suffer because of it's a karmic retribution. Okay, in particular, Buddha told us already, this is a Dharma ending age where people commit a lot of offenses, and therefore, when these offenses cease, they mature, we will suffer. So what you're seeing in the world is the common suffering we all have, because it's not happening only in another part of the world. It affects us as well. Okay? Maybe not as much, but we also all affected. It's called common retribution. No one is exempt from suffering, so we all are suffering. And it's a reminder that we have to be careful. If we commit evil, we will suffer more. That's all. Okay, and so yes. Furthermore, the Buddha also said this is a Dharma ending age where the amount of suffering increases, it does not decrease, by the way. Okay, we in the decline phase where the Buddha Dharma is shrinking, and few people can take advantage of it. Okay. Trust me, folks, Buddhas are not worried about you believing in Buddhism or being Buddhist disciples. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all they care about is to help you, okay, relieve your suffering and help you attain bliss and be happier. That's what they want. You don't need to be Buddhist. But sometimes, because of our karmic retributions, we have to suffer. It's a natural occurrence in the world, okay? So yes, it's reasonable to feel sorry for them, okay? But the main thing is you should not get too afflicted, okay? Because it's not good for you. Here's what happens. If you have the ability to help these people, okay, stop the war right away, okay? Stop the killing, stop the suffering. Assuming you can do that, okay? I don't know anyone in this world who can do that, by the way. Not even my teacher. My Chinese teacher cannot do that. Because when there was the Iraq War, when this country invaded Iraq, there's this huge war building up, and he could not even contain it himself. Okay? Because sometimes our karmic retribution is so heavy, there's not a whole lot that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas can do. Okay? And so let's, for the sake of discussion, assume that Buddhas, Amitabha Buddha appears, okay, because of your sincerity, okay, and he wants to encourage you to keep going to the Pure Land, don't worry about the rest of the world. So he said, okay, for Jinxiang, I will make an exception. I'll appear in the world, okay, and stop the wars. If that's the case, okay? If that were possible, okay, what do you think is going to happen? You say, oh, we're going to have a party? We're going to have a party, right? Remember the end of World War II? The whole world celebrated. We danced in the street, we drank, we danced, we drank, and we sang, and we were very happy. Right? And then what happened? You made music. Huh? And then what happened? We ate. And then what happened? You heard it. You heard him. It's from her own mouth. I did not put words in her mouth. Look at her. Translate.
I couldn't hear. Can we talk to microphone?
Yeah. Bồ Phật Thầy, để con cảm giác như vậy cũng là sát sanh càng nhiều, tội càng nhiều nữa, nghiệp chướng càng nặng. Bởi cái này con không được, cái kia con không biết được mình sao. Bồ Phật Thầy.
Amitabha Master, I feel that we will commit more killing karma. So the more killing karma, that's also not okay. This is not okay, and the other thing is not okay. I don't know what to do, Master.
Yeah, so you see, the war ends. So what we do, we celebrate. We drink, we dance, we eat, we have fun. Yeah? And we create offenses. That's what she's saying. He says, you know, in her country, she will kill a lot of pigs to celebrate, yeah? Put the pig's head on the table. Okay? Would you like it?
Thầy con không có nha. Con hồi nào tới giờ con không có làm vậy đâu.
Oh. But your relative did.
Đúng rồi. Đồng hương mình làm.
Master, I did not put the pig head on the altar, but my relative does. They did a lot of things like that.
You see, so now, when there's a war, they're not killing pigs. But when you end the war, what are they going to do? A lot of pigs and cows and goats will be slaughtered than before, than normal. Yeah?
Dạ. Thiệt, anh kia khổ thiệt ha. Rất là khổ. Không biết nói làm sao bây giờ. Chiến tranh thì dân đại chúng sanh khổ chết rất nhiều, thương nhiều. Còn tới chuyện hòa bình thì
mình giết chúng sanh
mấy cái kia thú vật cũng chết sống nhiều.
Mình giết nó nhiều hơn. Đấy.
Cảm ơn thầy mô Phật.
Master, it's actually really a lot of suffering. I don't know what to say when we are at war. A lot of beings die, but when we are also in the peaceful area, a lot of people killing a lot of animal, even more. So yes, thank you, Master.
Yeah, you. I don't hear any labels. I can't address you.
I was just going to say, so regardless, we're always committing offenses, is basically what you're trying to get at.
When we are at war, humans suffer. When we're not at war, animals suffer from our celebrations. I'm not saying animals are more important than humans, but they're suffering in this world. Okay? And that's the nature of the world. There's a lot of suffering. And that's what I'm trying to tell her. Don't let suffering afflict you. We all suffer, one way or the other. Okay?
Mô Phật tội thầy nhất là tội cho mấy đứa nhỏ nó tự tiệt, nó đâu có biết tạo nghiệp gì đâu, phải không? Tội cho tụi nó thôi thiệt. Mô Phật thầy.
For Master, especially children, they don't create any offenses. They just feel pity for them.
Yes, absolutely. But the thing is that we, all of us, create a lot of offenses, and therefore we suffer. Okay? Eventually, we have to suffer. Right now, we are in suffering cycle where the suffering is so pervasive, and it's a reminder, it's a wake-up call for all of us. Okay? You are, you out of compassion, you feel sorry for others, but look at the big picture. It's a wake-up call. Okay? If the smart leaders, virtuous leaders of the world really have any wisdom, they would behave differently. Okay? They would say, I should do something to help my children, the future generation. It's too late now because I'm undergoing this retribution cycle. Okay? But in the future, I need to help my children, my grandchildren, avoid these things. You think it's happening? No, it's not. That's a problem. That's a huge problem. Okay? And so what can you do? Yes, we can pray the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. When you pray to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, I assure you, there will be some relief. Okay? Because Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will not stand by idle, and after we ask them for help. All right? That's why there are Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. When we ask for help, they will help. But it's a little bit of relief for the suffering, but we're in a suffering cycle. We all have to suffer. And hopefully it's a wake-up call for those of you who have the blessings, who have the wisdom to realize that don't have such a short-sighted view of the world, of life. Okay? You are scared of suffering, then don't do any evil. You want to have good things happen to you, then do good things. It's that fundamental principle of life, that no one is above it, not even Buddhas. Okay? And of course, we make mistakes. We know, even though we know that, we make mistakes. We sometimes can't help ourselves, and therefore we make corrections, and that's called cultivation. It's called life. Okay? Don't get afflicted. That's all. Okay? And you can pray to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and I assure you there will be a little bit of help based on your sincerity, based on your efforts. There will be a little bit of help. Okay? But it's like, even though it's like putting a grain of salt into the ocean, it won't be much help, but you should try your best. We should all try our best. And the best way to help out is not to make it any worse ourselves. That's all we can do. That's real right there. Okay? It's not wishful thinking. Let's not add to the misery of the world. Actually, better yet, let's do good things so that more the good things mature. Okay? More the good seeds mature in the midst of the evil seeds maturing. Okay? So for example, this is what's happening. Okay? If you live in a certain part of the country where the evil seeds are maturing, you suffer, right? When you live in a different part of the world where the good seeds are maturing, you won't be suffering as much, and you're in a better position to help those who are suffering. Am I making sense? That's how it works. You have to look at the big picture. Okay? You should look at this and see that it's so important for us to do good things. And because we're lucky, for example, for us people in the United States, we spared from a lot of suffering in the world. Because, look folks, a lot of things happening to us because, why? Truth be told, why are good things happening to us? 8.
We planted a lot of good seeds.
We planted a lot of good seeds. Who are we?
Not me.
Not you. Okay, thank you. And who are we?
Master in the Sangha.
Yeah, that's true. But no one knows that. Since no one knows it, how is it possible? The good things are happening. Who are we? Think about it, folks. Before we came here, who were we? Because good thing happened as well. We didn't have a war in World War II. We had to send our children to another country to die. It's not happening here. So, good things are happening already in our world. Think about it. Huh? Who are we?
Thầy chúng ta cũng từng là nạn nhân mà di cư qua Mỹ. Chứ ở Việt Nam cũng chiến tranh hoài cũng khổ lắm.
See, Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar, lots of countries at war. Were we at war? Did war ever touch us? Not after the Civil War. We have no war at all. Remember that? Huh?
Yeah.
So why?
Mình nhớ mình.
Why?
Mình.
Yes, 8.
Yeah, see, this is something I'm confused about because USA has committed lots and lots of offenses since that time. Since a lot of time, people will say it's because of the geography of the USA and because we have money and we have a big military and we have a really good geography. But also, I think now we're really creating offenses, so it's a little bit scary to think about the future. There's been no war, and we've been really lucky, but now it just seems like people get worse and worse. They really are becoming extreme. It's becoming really, really evil in some parts of the country.
I submit to you. Let's stop beating around the bush. I submit to you. We got it very good because of Martin Luther King. Black power. I'm kidding. But listen, this country here, United States of America, is built upon morality. Go to the small communities, go to the boonies. You find a lot of people who are very good, very honest, very decent, and good-hearted. They believe in God. They believe in Allah. They believe on those things. And that's the foundation of our good fortunes, folks. You cannot claim as the Buddhas, because Buddhas only came here since the 1960s. Okay? We have very little to do with it. Yes, we help a little bit, okay? But the country has been around a lot longer, and we were really spared from a lot of suffering because our system, okay? You need to be grateful to Allah, to God. I am grateful. This temple here, without Allah and without God, would we have this temple here today? We won't. Trust me. Truth be told, credit must be given where credit is due. This is their work. Let's face it. We're benefiting from it. We ought to be grateful.
Mô Phật Thầy, con chấp nhận đúng. Mình hồi xưa mà không qua đây mình cũng rất là khổ. Giờ được qua Mỹ cứu trợ mình, lo cho mình ăn uống đầy đủ. Cảm ơn, rất là cảm ơn nước Mỹ. Con là hồi nào tới giờ con cũng cảm ơn nước Mỹ lắm á. Gia đình tôi qua bên đây đứa nào đứa nấy nó cũng ngoan, nó học cũng giỏi. Thành ra cuối cùng gia đình cũng rất là tốt, rất là hạnh phúc. Cảm ơn Thầy. Thành ra con nhớ lúc nào con cũng nhớ nước Mỹ, ơn của nước Mỹ hết đó. Mô Phật.
Amitabha Master, my family also a victim of war and also migrated to here. I agree. This what you say is really correct. Back in the day, our life was very suffering, but because of the help and aid of this United States, we were able to come here, and I'm really grateful. My family, my kids are having good grades. They did good things. My family live a very happy life. Therefore, from time to time, I always recollect and mindful of the grace, the goodness that this country given to us.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all immigrants, folks. Okay, this country, a country immigrants. Only Indians and natives. We are all foreigners to this country. Okay, and we took over, and we brought the rules of morality from Europe here. All right, and then the Buddhists only came and added a few more. That's it. We need to be more grateful. Okay? All right? So look at the big picture. We should be grateful for what we have. We're very lucky. And being grateful is not enough. Let me remind you, we need to pay back. Don't just take and take and take. You need to pay back. Okay, this is why we're doing this. We're doing this because we try to help people understand the importance of goodness. That's our message. Be gooder, and your children and your grandchildren will be taken care of. Okay? This is why it's so important, folks. It's not just about us. It's about your nephew and your nieces. Okay? They need to understand the importance of being gooder, of goodness. All right? As long as we have that, we're helping the entire world. They depend on us. They depend on our F-35, our bombs. Without it, they can't, the evil will proliferate, will go berserk. Okay? You feel better now, huh, old woman?
Cảm ơn thầy giải thích, cảm ơn.
Thank you, Master, and thanks for your explanation.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for asking. Thank you for expressing yourselves. Okay, that's all the time I have. The rest, sorry, girls. I know you and boys. I know you spend a lot of time preparing the last minute, since 12:30 this morning. But we have to use it another day. Okay, thank you, everyone. We stop here and come back in 5-10 minutes to do the lunch offering. Okay, thank you.